Hey guys, it's good to be back this week with something new. And unless you didn't see the thumbnail or read the video title, you already know I'm talking about the new Colt Kodiak. For many years, Colt's been famously known for their revolvers, named for snakes, such as the python, the cobra, the anaconda, etc. But they have a couple of new wheel guns out now that are named for a much bigger and furrier critter, bears. There's the new Grizzly, chambered in .357 Magnum, and the new Kodiak, chambered for .44 Magnum. I was able to get my hands on the new Kodiak to review, and it's always fun to hit the range with a big bore revolver, and I couldn't wait to test it. Kodiak is a .44 Magnum 6-shot revolver. It's polished stainless steel, and it's the double single action. The trademark .44 Mag from Colt has long been the Anaconda, a very similar revolver, and I think what makes the Kodiak different are two key things: the ported barrel and the unfluted cylinder. And while the Anaconda is a hunting handgun, I think the Kodiak might be better described as the hunter's companion, or the outdoorsman's companion. The 4¼ inch barrel may not be ideal for hunting, and it might not even be legal in some areas, but it is ideal for a self-protection sidearm if you're out and about in bear country. Like the Anaconda, Colt has drilled and tapped the frame of the Kodiak so that you can mount a scope or a red dot optic on it. Okay, Colt Kodiak, .44 Magnum. First shots at the range. Now, if you watch the channel, you probably know my style. No off-camera warm-ups, no practice, just right to it, live and on camera. I like doing it that way because you get to see exactly what I'm experiencing. I'm starting out with Federal hollow points, and I'm going to move on to some MagTech, and I've got some hotter stuff. I got some ammo incorporated. I got some hunting loads, some defense loads. So I'm going to run through all of that and really give the Colt Kodiak a good workout. But first, I'm just going to start out with my array of TA targets downrange. Those are the official steel targets of the Just an Opinion channel, including a brand new one that I'm going to take my first shot at. There you go. No, we gave him a nose, or maybe a surprise mouth. It does pack some wallop. Let me try one of those plates. I'm high. Let me go single action. 6 o'clock hold. There we go. All right, I'm going to stick with single action for a little bit here. Gives me a better chance to figure out where my sights are. Go to the round plate, the center round plate. And I'm holding a center hold right now. All right, so it looks like it wants a 6 o'clock hold. I'm going to go to the 6 o'clock hold at the bottom of the plate. Yeah. Even if you're not a handgun hunter, whether you're hunting in some other way with bow, shotgun, rifle, hunting big game especially, and you're out somewhere where there is big game and there's also big predators, then you're going to need something for self-protection. This is certainly a good candidate for that. Or you may not be a hunter, you may be a wildlife photographer or some other type of nature lover. You might be a hiker or whatever. Anything that's going to take you out where you could potentially be at risk to large natural predators, that's what this gun's designed for. So I said all that to say that it's shooting a little high at my sort of standard 13-yard distance. And that's actually probably by design and probably pretty good, because you're probably going to be shooting a little bit further away. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Hopefully, if that brown bear is charging you, that Kodiak is charging you, hopefully you're able to get a shot off before he's 13 yards away, because he could close that distance just like that. All right, let me see about that plate in the back again here. 6 o'clock hold. Still a little high. Go back to the first target. I'm going to do a 6 o'clock hold at the bottom. Okay, and that puts it right about dead center, doesn't it? Sort of, like up there. This rear sight is fully adjustable for both windage and elevation, so I think I might try to make a little bit of an adjustment on that. You can see in this freeze frame photo the hot gas is being directed upward as the shot breaks. This energy pushes downward on the muzzle, helping to reduce the overall muzzle rise. The Kodiak is currently available with a 4.25-inch barrel with a 1 in 20 twist. The overall length of the gun is 9.75 inches. The Kodiak weighs 48.5 ounces, and believe me, you'll appreciate every single ounce. The sights are good quality with fully adjustable rear sight and a nicely ramped front sight with a bright orange insert. All right, I think I have this thing about as zeroed as I can get it for the time being. So I'm going to try those back plates again. Hard to believe you hit it with a 44 and it doesn't move. Or it doesn't flip all the way around. Try the other one up top. I put about 200 rounds of 44 Magnum through the Kodiak, which is just about my limit for 44 mag in one range day. There were zero problems of any kind, and the gun proved to be very accurate. I had to adjust the sights for the range I was shooting, and adjusting the sights at the range was very easy. Okay, now shooting some MagTech 44 Magnum. And I'm going to go ahead and go double action, because I want to get a good feel for this trigger, which, by the way, right off the bat, is very smooth. I feel no stacking at all. I'm sorry, I know I don't have a camera pointed down range now, unfortunately, but on the tree where I have the square targets that move back and forth, the steel targets, I shot one and 3 of them moved. So that's 44 Magnum, ladies and gentlemen. The trigger feels really nice. Double action, very smooth. Like you don't feel the cylinder rotating, you're not feeling any kind of grit. or anything when you're rotating the cylinder. You don't feel really any mechanical operation at all. It's just super smooth. There's no stacking. And I'm really loving it. Nice big hammer spur. So thumb cocking for signal action. Really simple. Got a serrated trigger face, which gives you some traction on that trigger finger. Now, one of the things about the kind of light that we have this time of year, which is fairly crappy, is that you can get a lot of glare off of things. This polished stainless steel is beautiful, but what Colt did that I really appreciate is they left the top strap very satin finished, almost flat, so that you're not getting that glare like you might get off of the polished surfaces below it. So that's nice.
Without a doubt, the most impressive thing about the Kodiak is the action. The trigger is silky smooth in both double and single action. I measured the double action pull at 9 pounds 11 ounces and the single action pull at right around 6 pounds. I was a little surprised at the 6-pound number because it feels much lighter due to the smoothness. But as I always say, I would rather have a smooth trigger than a light trigger any day, especially for a big bore wheel gun.
Okay, a little bit of offhand accuracy testing, sort of a fun accuracy test. I'm not going to rest the gun. I'm just going to shoot 15 yards offhand, 4 rounds each of 4 different kinds of ammo. I've written them on the target, so I'll remember later which ones went where. So you probably can already read them on this target that's right up here. But I'm going to start out first with Hornady Handgun Hunter. This is really potent stuff, and that is definitely made to inflict some damage. So again, 4 rounds each. I am going to go single action to try and be as accurate as I can be. And I'm going to use a 6 o'clock hold at the bottom of each orange dot. Okay, there's those 4. And to be honest with you, I will be fairly pleased if they all just make it on the cardboard. Now, 4 rounds of Sig Sauer Elite Performance V-Crown hollow points. And I will put the specs up for each one of these rounds. Unless I'm not able to find them. Most of them I think have them published right on the label. Feet per second and energy. But Sig Sauer V-Crown. That feels actually more potent than the previous one. Now, Hornady, different load of Hornady. These are also hollow points, but they're not as aggressive. These are the Hornady Customs, and they are the, and where's my label? They are the XTP 240 grains. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to the American Eagle, the Federal American Eagle, which is also a hollow point, but it's a lead hollow point that's copper jacketed. This is the more garden variety of the four. The stuff you probably can, of all of these, this is the stuff you might almost be able to afford to shoot. And while I'm saying that, I want to thank my Patreons, because you guys really do help keep the content flowing. I spent my Patreon money on 44 mag ammo. All right, here we go. Last one, Federal. Okay. Well, I can tell from back here that that's not the best group. I can't always tell from back here, but 44 leaves a pretty good size hole. It really looks like that second Hornady load was the best. So as far as feel, they all felt very similar. There was some, the SIG probably was the hottest in terms of recoil. I felt the SIG more than any. The two Hornady loads, very, very stout. And the Federal, surprisingly equally stout.
Thumbcocking the hammer for single action shots is really effortless. That large and well serrated spur is easy to find, and the action of the hammer is light and smooth.
One of the nice things about Magnum revolvers, or at least most of them, is that you can also shoot the less powerful cartridge of the same caliber. In this case, a 44 Magnum is perfectly capable of firing a 44 Special. So just like the 38 Special in a 357 Magnum, you can shoot 44 Special in a 44 Magnum. And that gives you the same caliber, same projectile, essentially, usually much lighter, 200 grains or so versus 240 grains. But there's less powder, and the cartridge is physically shorter. So it's pretty easy to tell them apart in that respect. The advantage of being able to do that is twofold. One, it's a less expensive cartridge to buy, so you can save some money, especially when you just want to go plinking or you just want to do some practice. Number two, there's a lot less recoil usually with a 44 Special versus 44 Magnum. So I'm going to just play around my target array downrange and use 44 Special for a little while. Have a little bit of fun and give my wrists a bit of a break. Okay, we had one that didn't fire. So I'm gonna just keep the gun pointed down range for a minute. I'm gonna try that one again. There we go. This is Fiocchi ammo, by the way. Fiocchi 44 Special. They don't publish the specs or the data on the box for the Fiocchi, actually for any of the 44 Special that I have, but one can presume that it is significantly slower. I'm guessing probably under 1,000 feet per second. But I'm sure you can see the difference between the two. But it makes it a lot more fun to shoot. It is accurate. It is moving those plates around. Okay, so continuing to shoot 44 special, and I'll give you some thoughts now with a couple hundred rounds downrange through this Kodiak. The trigger is very good. I would say excellent. It's a heavy gun, and that weight is certainly something that is your friend when you're shooting 44 Magnum. When it comes to 44 Magnum, we like them heavy, definitely. You give me a featherweight snub nose, I think I'm gonna pass. But I like the weight of this gun. The Hogue grip is definitely a big plus. It has the finger grooves, so it does help keep your grip planted where it is. They did leave the back strap exposed, and that's the part that's going to hammer your palm. So it would have been nice if Hogue had made the grips wrap around a little bit and give us, you know, 1/8 of an inch or so of rubber there, but I understand. I get it. As far as the ported barrel, that compensator out front with the 6 holes for exhaust, I have no doubt that they help and they make a difference. I just can't say how much, really. The finish is beautiful on this gun. This polished stainless steel is very nice. I will tell you a little bit more about that when I'm summing things up after I've had a chance to get back and clean it, see how easily it cleans up. It's an accurate gun. My paper test showed that with an ammo that it likes, it was super accurate. And that was me shooting offhand at 15 yards. So if you rested it and shot 25 yards or so, I have no doubt that, you know, somebody who knows what he's doing could just about make a ragged hole group. And speaking of being accuracy, of course, it is drilled and tapped on the top strap for a scope or other optical device such as a red dot. So this is a legit field revolver for the hunter or the outdoorsman, let's say.
MSRP for the Kodiak is $1,599. So is the value there to match that price? I think it is. Crafting a handgun of this quality that's this smooth while still being tough and rugged is not an easy task. In my opinion, I think this Kodiak is going to be an heirloom quality handgun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You can really support the channel and help me keep content flowing by hitting like and being a subscriber. I'm on Patreon too, if you want to support me that way. Look in the description for this video and you'll see several discount codes and affiliate links. You can save considerable money on products that I personally use and recommend. Things like the TA targets that you saw me shooting at in this video. And if you think this video was especially helpful to you, or you just want to say thanks, there's a button for that right down below the video. It's YouTube thanks. This is just an opinion. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.